And hello fellow tankers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks, and today we are back in WZ-132A Tier 9 Chinese light tank. I haven't played this tank in ages, guys, in ages. I can't remember the last time I played in this tank. There was a point in time when I was grinding to Tier 10 Chinese light tank WZ-132-1, but that never materialized. For whatever reason, I stopped this grind. After basically seeing how brutal this tank is compared to the other Tier 9 light tanks, and then trying to compare Tier 10 light tank to the other Tier 10 light tanks, I figured that it's not worth the grind anymore, and I stopped grinding it. But I remember how much I enjoyed playing this tank back in the day, even though the gun on this thing is quite trollish. The stock pen on the AP round is not very good. APCR rounds are pretty good, but still that gun seems really derpy. I mean, the shells seem to drop. They don't hit the spots. It's just not a very accurate gun. Overall, the tank is very fun. It's pretty fast. It has very good camo values, so it's really fun to play. I just wish the gun was a little bit better. So as you noticed on this map, initially I went to position F5. I wanted to spot these guys and see if I can get some early shots of damage, but looks like the enemy team rushed all their heavy tanks through the G line, which is going to be a problem because I can't really fight them. So I'm going to have to try to find a different access point. Obviously, if all of them are there, you know, the enemy forces cannot be here or on the other side of the map. So I assume at this point that there's gonna be nobody here. As you can see, we're rolling with another light tank here, and there are, you know, a couple of mediums and a heavy going through A line right now. So what we're gonna try to do is push hard over here and spot some of these base campers that are sitting here and probably defending the base. And hopefully my medium tanks that are sitting at zero line right now, they'll be putting shots into these guys. So I'm gonna try to play it smart and passive at this point in time. I'm just gonna wait until they get into position, and once they get into the position, I'm gonna start spotting for them. So that was the key here, and the reason why I'm between the buildings is because I'm hard to hit in this spot here. So even if Artie tries to hit me, it's not gonna be an easy shot right here. So as you can see, I'm getting very early spotting damage here. But we need to push this because we know that we're going to lose the middle. Definitely. There are just too many heavy tanks there. And we're just going to have a hard time winning that side of the map. Now here, I was thinking, which decision should I make here? One thing was, I could go behind those heavy tanks in the middle and try to, you know, start shooting them in the ass. But I thought that was a high-risk play, so I decided not to do that. Instead, what I'm going to try to do is, I'm hoping that Hardcase is going to back off. And once he backs off, I want to go around that medium tank that's in G0. And I want to help our friendlies clean him out from there so that we can get easily access to the flag. Unfortunately, Hardcase is not backing off. He's still on the back of me, so I'm going to wiggle here. Make sure he doesn't hit me. At the same time, I tried to shoot on the move, but I missed the Centurion 7-1, so we're going to put another shell into him. And here we're going to scoot in front of him because I'd rather take his shot than the Hardcase shot. And now we're going to back off, and hopefully our friendlies can engage the Hardcase. He's probably looking at me right now. Yes, he is. So I'm going to wait until he switches his attention to somebody else. Once he does, I'm going to try to put a shell into him. How does that bounce? Honestly. Game. Hello. Bottom plate. And you saw my intro about RNG. That's pretty much my RNG. And in this game, it's going to be quite similar. I mean, some shots that I was thinking should hit and should pen didn't. And RNG pretty much screwed me at the end as well. So we'll go through it. But as you can see right now, it's not looking so great. We're losing this game pretty handily right now. So the only play I have right here at this point in time is to try to catch these guys that are coming from F3, F4 area up on top of the hill. I can sit here, right here, and I have side shots into these guys. That was the play that I was thinking about. But look at this. Like, my gun is just trolling me. The shot goes low right there. we're gonna try to pin another shell over here. I've loaded the skill rounds already. APCR rounds are so much better on this tank. So, and I prefer APCRs, so that's what I'm gonna be using for the remainder of the game. Although I wish I could have some of these a little bit later in the game, to be honest. Anyway, so I get no more shots here, and I don't want to risk it. I want to be able to defend our tanks that are currently close to the enemy's base circle. And for whatever reason, I actually thought that our friendlies are gonna cap, but they decided not to do so, which was probably a mistake, because if they capped, we would have been able to win this game. In the meantime, some idiot is clicking on me continuously for whatever reason. At least I'm doing the job. I'm shooting these guys while everybody else is not doing anything. And, you know, I'm creating crossfire. You know, I'm the only one that creates crossfire, and these idiots are clicking on me. Good luck. Thanks a lot. Anyway, missed a shot on LT right over there. Here's another shot that probably should have went in, and it goes low again, because why not? It purposely tries to miss all my shots. Lately, I'm purposely trying to miss. Even if you misaim them slightly, they go somewhere where they're not supposed to go. Anyway, we put a shell into this lever. He disappears right now. So we're just gonna, at this point, you know what? The game is lost. There's no way that we can do anything about it. All I can do is get my damage at this point in time. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just gonna hang around here and see if any of these guys overexplode. Now look at this shot. Like, what the crap is that? Again, if some of these shots hit, I would have probably been able to win the game. Yeah, I know, spoiler. It's not gonna be a win. But, you know, I'm gonna bring it pretty close. Could have been so much different anyway. So we put a shell into this Paladin right there. And that's what I was hoping for. Our FV-4202 can act as a decoy, and we could get these guys, you know, poking over the ridge, maybe overexposing themselves, so I can put freebies into them right here. That was the thinking process. Again, some other idiot is clicking on me. Thanks. Like, I'm not doing anything in this game. I'm totally camping. I'm not supporting my team whatsoever. Am I? Anyway, that shot here, I shouldn't have taken that because I would have had a shell at this guy right here, because he's right exposed right over here. I'm still gonna put a shell into him right there. The shot flies through, but all of a sudden our FV-4202 is gonna get overcrowded, unfortunately, and I won't be able to save him. Now take a look at this shit. How is that not a pen? That was top of his turret. That should have been a pen, and that guy would have been out of the game. Like, honestly. Anyway, so I don't have a shot at him. I see this lever, and I have an easy shot there. At the same time, I see this T-30 crossing. I was thinking about putting a shell into him, but I thought he would be able to disappear, so I decided to shoot this lever instead. And I thought maybe at this angle I'll be able to pen the top plate, but that shot goes even nowhere close to the top plate. So at this point, the only advantage I have against all of these guys that are trying to chase me is the fact that they know where I am, and I can use my mobility. So for a fact, I know that they're going to try to climb up the hill and go into quadrant B9, A0, and they're going to try to find me and kill me. But I've taken this opportunity to completely fool them, go somewhere else, so that they don't know where I am. So basically what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to scoot all the way to the other side of the map, so that the idea here, the goal here, is to try to isolate them one by one, so that, you know, I can actually take them one by one. I mean, in this tank, if I get to the tank's sides and behinds, it should be easy, right? Although at this point, I don't know what the HP of the Mautian is. I don't know what the HP of the E100 is, and these are the two biggest problems for me, because I have no more APCR rounds left, right? So I was hoping I can catch them off guard somewhere over here, just by themselves. That's what the thinking process was. But I cannot really spot anybody at this point in time. So I'm gonna try to go and get some high ground and see if I can spot them. Maybe they're still somewhere around here, so I can put behind shots into them. That's what I was thinking. So yeah, we're gonna climb up this this hill over here, and what we're gonna do is just a drive-by to see if we can spot anybody again. But as you can see, there's no one here, absolutely no one. I'm spotting absolutely no one. And we're gonna try to cross on this side as well, just making sure I'm covering all my ground, right? Make sure that they're not somehow in here just wandering around, because you never, in today's world of tanks, guys, you never know. I would expect them to be all together, but you never know, honestly. And actually they played it right, because they stuck all together. If they all separated, I would have had a feast, honestly, to be honest. Anyway, since I couldn't spot them on this side of the map, we're gonna try to go in the middle and see if we can spot anybody there. So we're gonna approach it from the middle here, and we're gonna go on top, and we'll see if we can spot anybody, right? And then we're gonna think about what to do next, right? But anyway, we're gonna poke out here. There's no one on the right hand side, but all of a sudden I spot the 100 and he's at 1174 HP, and that's not good. That's not a good news for me, because so much HP, that means that he's what is he, like 4 shots to me. So I gotta put 4 shots into him, plus I have another 5 things to worry about. So at this point I was thinking the game is probably over, but I wasn't gonna give up without a fight. So that's what we're gonna do. We're still gonna do whatever we can in order to try to bring this game closer. Anyway, we're gonna go up to the top of this hill right over here. We spot the motion, and unfortunately at this angle there is no way I can pan him, so I decided not to shoot him at all. And yeah, I think that was a good decision, because there's no way I could have done anything to this guy. But in a split second, right here, we spot the 100. And take a look at this angle. That shot at bottom plate at this angle should have panned. That should have panned, but it did not. Again, RNG screws me in this game. So I'm gonna fake. I'm going towards K-line, towards K0, but I did not do that. I went the other way around. And at the same time, I wanted to fool them. I wanted to separate them more, right? That was the idea. All of a sudden, I see somebody capping, so, you know, first instinct is, yes, we gotta go and try to reset. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We'll see if we can get a good position from this area here that we can poke out and put some shells into that guy, whoever's there. As you can see, I'm approaching it really slowly. I do not want to throw my tank away. I still have a little bit of HP that I can put up the fight here. So we see this Paladin, and we put a shell. Actually, that shell drifted to the right and went under his track, which is surprising that it penned him, because, again, it didn't go where I aimed it. So we're going to lose 6 cents over here. We're going to poke out from the middle, see if we can spot anybody. We spot this E100. He can't see us. He's behind the rock, but his ass is sticking out. So we managed to put 1 shell into him. From this angle, I should be able to pen him. But here, all of a sudden, he moves, and then I lose my gun depression, and then I got a bit of lag, and we do nothing with the shell. I wanted to hit the shell anyway to see if he spots me from that position, because if he didn't spot me, I would just relocate and start farming him. But then he re-angled, and he's basically facing me, so there's no way I can pen him now. So we're gonna have to move and see who else is coming from this side. So we're gonna try to poke our head through the middle here to see who's coming. We see this lever. He's a 1-shot. That is the good news. Now we're gonna go to the top of this hill again and see if there's anyone else here. Oh, actually went back to the same position, just trying to see if there's anybody else coming. Yes, there's another lever coming there. These guys are in a platoon. So now I'm gonna go to the top of the ridge right here and see who else is coming from which side, and then I'm gonna have to try to make a decision which way do I want to go. So Maushin and T30 are coming from this side. T30 is a 1-shot to me as well. So looking good so far. I mean, 2 levers and T30 are 1-shots, so I can potentially do something with it. So I decided to go the route of the lever. I wanted to go and take these guys out of the game first. So that's the idea. I was thinking about aiming lower plate, but then I had a better shot here, driving to his side. Then we're gonna scoot up here. We're gonna kind of isolate ourselves from the other lever and from T30. We're gonna go under their guns, and here I can see bottom plate of the lever. We should be able to put that shell in, but I'm worried about that T30, and he just catches me, just slightly catches me, and he puts that shell into me. Unfortunately, I took that hit, because if I didn't take that hit, I could have probably done a lot more still over here. I could have taken shot from Maushin, for instance. Now I cannot, and now I'm running away from E100. I don't know where this Maushin is. I think he might be somewhere in the middle. So I was just gonna go around the ridge here and spot. And by the time I dip down here, I don't know how he finds that shot. Obviously, I don't get the RNG in this game, but everybody else does. And this is what happens to me when that is the situation. I'm not allowed to win games, guys. I'm just not allowed to win games, which completely pisses me off every once in a while. I don't think we would be able to win this anyway. We could have been able maybe to tie it and get it to the point where maybe we could get a draw or something out of this game and potentially win on HP or damage cost, but unfortunately wasn't meant to be. Anyway, still pretty nice game. We managed to finish with 3.8k damage. We managed to get 5 kills and 5 medals. Really nice game, and we fired 24 shots. We had 19 direct hits and only 13 penetrations, so efficiency not the greatest because of the stupid RNG. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for today. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit checking out.